Good evening, everybody. If you can turn your cell phones down, I'd like to call a Hammond Redevelopment Commission meeting to order on this Tuesday, August 2nd, 2016. Now, 4:33. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. A moment of silence after.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call on the commissioners.
Here.
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 Here. For the record, all five are present. So brief declaration of conflict of interest. Four communications. Number five, our minutes for July 5th, 2016, July 19th, 2016.
Mr. President, I found a mistake in the minutes for July 19th, 2016, sixth paragraph, second page. I'm sorry, fifth paragraph, where, hold on here. Okay, it's the third page, I apologize. Third page, second paragraph, where Commissioner Kasperky is called Councilman Kasperky.
I can dream.
Do we need a motion to correct that?
Just when you can, when you approve the minutes, or motion to approve the minutes, you can just with that change.
Well, I make a motion to approve the minutes for July 19th, 2016, with the condition that the minutes be corrected from the word Councilman Kasperky to Commissioner Kasperky. Second.
What about July 5th?
Okay, I also make a motion to accept the minutes for July 5th, 2016.
Second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second for the July 5th, 2016 minutes. We also have a motion and a second for the July 19th, 2016 minutes with the correction. It should say Commissioner Kasperky instead of Councilman. Is there any other more corrections or additions or discussion on these minutes? Okay, roll call.
Yes.
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 Yes. Motion passes, 5 yes. Thank you, Commissioner. Number 6, homebound conditional forgivable loan approval. We should have 6 applicants. If they want to come forward.
Yep, they're all here too. You want to come up for homebound? I also have, from last week, Jesus wasn't here, Caldera, Caldera, he's here as well.
Okay, that's great. Welcome, everybody.
So let's see. Ms. Rango, how did you hear about the program?
I'm sorry, did you say Rango?
Rango?
I heard it through my lender,
Your lender? Who's your lender?
Elizabeth Douglas from Lake Mortgage.
Lay Mortgage, good lender. Let's see. Mr. Rios, is that how you pronounce your name?
Rios.
How did you hear about the program?
My mother went through it.
Sorry?
My mother went through it.
Oh, your mother went through it. Let's see, let's pick one more person. Jordan Pollock? How did you hear about the program?
From my dad,
Okay. Anyone else have any questions?
And then Connie's receiving $3,500. She's a teacher.
Okay.
And everybody's first-time home buyers, right?
Connie's coming from Bloomington, Indiana.
Yeah, we
She
had
traveled far today.
we had someone coming from Crete as well, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And crossing the Illinois line, huh?
Mhm.
Texas to kill you over there. Well, since I got you, how did you hear about the program?
Through my realtor and my mortgage.
Who's your realtor?
Jason Moon.
Jason Moon. Realty Executives, I think it is? Yes, okay. Mr. President, if there's no other questions, I make a motion to approve the homebound conditional forgivable loan approval for the 6 applicants that are here today.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the homebound conditional forgivable loan approval for the 6 applicants. Roll call on that.
Senator Presley?
Yes.
Councilor Zicky?
Yes.
Rebecca?
Yes.
Myron?
Yes.
Yes, motion passes, 5 yes. Congratulations.
Congratulations, welcome to Hammond.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Okay, number 7, determination of compliance with the redevelopment plan for the Marina redevelopment area for student housing at Calumet College, 2500 New York Avenue.
Commissioners, pleased to bring in front of you today this project for Calumet College. We have been working on this for, it feels like a very long time, and we're finally getting closer to the finish line, so this is exciting. But this is essentially an expansion of Calumet College to having some student housing facilities that would be just south of the actual college campus itself. Today we have the president of Calumet College, Dan Lowry, here, so we'll ask him to step forward, and if he wants to talk a little bit about the project, that'd be great.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Welcome, Mr. Maury.
I have to say that we're delighted with the assistance from the city. The city's really making a big investment in Calumet College of St. Joseph. And I hope it's understood, too, that Calumet College of St. Joseph is making a big investment in Hammond, too. This is a real stretch for the college. We've been a commuter campus throughout our entire history, over 50 years. But now we've recognized that we've reached the point with our academic programs. We've reached the point with our student body that we actually need housing. And the housing is going to help us to grow from a traditional student body of 500 students to 700 students. That's going to make a big difference over a period of time. There's also a food service facility that goes along with this, and that's going to be built on our current property. We have, as I said, grown. We now have 40 international students on the campus. We have students from all over the country. And we have right now 125 of our students living in the immediate Whiting-Robertsdale area, some of them living in pretty substandard housing. As you know, students, particularly young men, will pack in 5 and 6 and share a hot plate, and they call that luxury living, but we want to give them an alternative for that. I will also say that we have partnered significantly with the city in recent years. The biggest change there is really there's 2. One is on the college-bound program. Whatever benefit comes to students from the college-bound program, we waive all the rest of the tuition for which they might be otherwise liable. And so we make Calumet College of St. Joseph tuition-free for our students. The other big investment we've made is what is called the Zero EFC scholarship. The EFC stands for the amount of money, it represents the amount of money that a family has to contribute to a son or daughter's education. And if that amount is 0, in other words, they're very poor parents, again, they get their state aid, they get their federal aid, and we waive the rest of the tuition for them. And so that means that the poorer residents of Hammond and the neighboring communities can attend Calumet College of St. Joseph for free. So we're doing everything we can to make education affordable, particularly for Hammond residents. As a result of those kinds of policies, as a result of our commitment, we are the Midwest most diverse 4-year institution of higher learning. You stack them all up throughout the Midwest, and we're the most diverse. We're also Indiana's only federally designated Hispanic serving institution. So we think that Calumet College plays a real important role in Northwest Indiana, particularly here in Hammond, particularly in North Hammond. And so we want to make this investment. We think it's time. We have the programs, we have the people to get it done, and we have a partner in the city of Hammond to make that possible as well, and we're most appreciative. Be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any timeline on this exciting project?
I'm going to knock on wood before I respond to that. We have 3 paths that are coming together. If they all come together, it'll be this September. The first path is getting this property transfer. We still have some issues to resolve having to do with the subdivision, the dividing of the land, but we're pretty confident at this point. That's not the path I'm worried about. The funding path is coming together as well. We got a couple of different consortia of banks that are bidding on the project, but that's got to come together. That's going to be bank purchase bond financing, so there's a timeline with that, but we think we can get that done in September. And then a third path is the construction path, and that one I'm feeling real comfortable about. We're going to have our third construction meeting. I think we're going to see the final version of the plans on Thursday morning, so I'm real happy with that. I should tell you that we've modeled these buildings on the exact same buildings that were built for Ancilla College in Donaldson, Indiana. They're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful.
In where, I'm sorry?
Donaldson, Indiana. That's just west of Plymouth. And they are magnificent. And they're going to really, really serve the community well. I should also say that we're setting those buildings back far enough that we really got an open campus. We want this to be an open campus so that the community can take advantage of the campus as well. I should also say I met with Sodexo today. They would be the food service provider, and one of the stipulations we gave them is we want this food service facility to be open to people in the community. We want the campus to be open to people in the community. We think that's important as well. So, if all goes well, to answer your question, it'll be September, October.
Breaking ground.
Yeah, the tricky thing here is that if you miss a little bit, you miss a lot, because it doesn't do us any good to have a dorm that opens next November. So if you miss this point, you're really kind of talking September 2018. So there's a timing issue here. But at this moment, I'm feeling really pretty good. We've had a couple good weeks, and we've seen movement on all 3 of these paths.
Is there a connection between Calumet College of St. Joseph and I forget the order, but the sisters in Donaldson?
No, that's the Poor Handmaids. And we do have relationship with them. My predecessor as chief academic officer was a Poor Handmaid.
Okay.
And they still teach for us. And I've been involved on their board. There's a lot of relationships with them. But we're the Missionaries of the Precious Blood, the CPPS. That's the same order of brothers and priests who serve St. John's in Whiting. Serves the Robertsdale Whiting community. And they're the same community that sponsors St. Joe's. We're actually, it became independent of St. Joe's and Rensselaer in the early 1970s. So we're their only 2 colleges.
Because I believe that handmaidens, like they grow their own food, their own beef. And,
They do.
And so I didn't know if we're going to have cattle in Hammond or anything like that. So
Well, not that I know of. You know, we have a booming science program, but we're so proud this year. We're one of only 2 science programs in the country that have an experiment going up in the International Space Station this year, doing Alzheimer's research. And that's what our students are engaged in, Alzheimer's research, right from their freshman year. And I have to tell you, as I'm getting older, I'm more and more interested in the research that they're doing. I think it's really important work.
I have a question.
Yes.
Might have nothing to do with the building.
Sure.
Just that, let's see, it says it's 4-year institution, higher learning. I graduated from Cal College.
Great.
And got my teaching license there.
Oh, really? In the transition to teaching program or the undergraduate?
No, before that.
Really? Okay.
When it was a lot longer.
Yeah, very good.
But I was gonna say, does it offer, cause you mentioned about, let's see here, where was it? You mentioned something about designated Hispanic serving institution, higher learning. Does Cal College have some kind
Yeah, we don't offer that. That's something to be looked at. You know, what we find is so many of our Hispanic, now I have to say, we have Spanish-speaking staff in every single department in the college. But that's more to serve our international students, because we draw primarily from Central and South America. But the Hispanic students we're getting, you know, are second generation, third generation, and they're very comfortable with the English language. So we have actually on our books English as a second language courses, but they never make the minimal enrollment. You know, so what we do is we do one-on-one work with our international students. We provide particular support for them. That's what the greater need is right now.
So then the college doesn't offer that for their alumni, for their
No.
alumni.
No.
Who work with ELL students. Okay.
If there was sufficient demand, you know, if there's an interest in that, I'd be delighted to look at it, because it's on our books. All we need is students to make it work.
Would I be able to speak with you about that at another time?
Yeah, either give me a ring, you know, right at the college. It's 473-4338. Give me a call, that's my direct line. Okay. I'd be glad to talk to you about that. I should say one other thing that we do for the college, that we mentioned that transition to teaching program. It's a program where people are already have a bachelor's degree. Decide, you know, I feel a calling to teach. It's the biggest one in the state of Indiana, and we provide a lot of teachers to the Hammond school system. You know, and
Wonderful.
they're doing a good job. They're doing a good job. You know.
Commissioners, if you don't have any questions, we're going to have our city planner, Brian Pullen, come up and talk a little bit about the actual determination of compliance factor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello, Brian.
You have in your materials documents that are giving a general outline of the project as far as the amount of the investment, the construction of 2 buildings with 49 units in each building to house 95 students, with the investment upwards of $11.6 million. And you know, the construction jobs that are going to be created because of the project. Sorry. The discussions that we've had with the planning commission is to go through the subdivision process, and that should be taken care of in our meeting in 2 weeks. There's still some technical things that need to be resolved regarding that. As far as the submission that you have there, is that there's still some outstanding questions, technical questions for the engineering of the project to make sure it gets through all of the review processes for permitting and things like that. There's also it's a concept site plan that shows 2 buildings. They've indicated that right now they're gearing up to construct the northernmost one, and the southern one would come at a later time. Property is located in the Marina Redevelopment area. The Marina Redevelopment area was originally created in 1989, and it went through a lot of changes and modifications of the boundaries. The plan basically that we're working with at this point is the 1998 version of the plan. And since that plan really, you know, is at level that how old that is, it doesn't really have any specific language to this particular parcel in it. So, but there's a lot of general principle language that is talked about in the development plans, and that is where we're focused on that. So with that being said, the staff believes that the proposed kind of college development follows the general principles of the redevelopment plan document within the Marina redevelopment area, and that recommends that the redevelopment commission make a determination that the proposed Hammond College 2-dormitory project is compliant with the applicable redevelopment plans for the Marina redevelopment district, subject to final engineering and technical review by the applicable departments and the approval of the subdivision by the planning commission.
Anybody questions?
I Mhm.
really excited about this happening, it's beautiful. Oh, nice. Can't wait to go see it.
Mr. President, I move that we approve to make a determination that the proposed Calumet College two-dormitory project is compliant with the applicable redevelopment plans for the Marine District, subject to final engineering and technical review by applicable city departments and approval of the subdivision by the Plan Commission.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further questions or discussion? Mr. Bowen, staff. Mr. Murray. Okay, roll call.
Southern Presley,
Yes.
Kuzinsky,
Yes.
Vega,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes, motion passes, 5 yes.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay, number 8, reports. Mr. Kalon, would you like to share anything tonight?
Commissioners, I'm actually scheduled to be on WJOB at 5:15, so I'm going to keep this very brief and just take any questions that you have.
No questions, but I passed by the Starbucks. It seemed like they just rolling right along.
I believe the current, and this could change, but the current opening date is at the end of this month. So as soon as I have the exact date and time, I'll let, we'll make it public, let everybody know. But there will be a soft opening, and we are working in coordination with the manager of the new Starbucks. We're excited about that.
I did see Potash has a big sign on the building now, too.
Yeah, they also, at the end of this month, they're having a sort of a ceremony. Obviously, the facility's been done for a little while, but the actual ribbon cutting ceremony is coming up. I believe it's August 30th or 31st. But again, I don't know that it's open to the public. It probably will be, there'll probably be a list of folks and quite a few of us from Hammond that will be invited, including the redevelopment commissioners. So I'll keep you posted. We're very excited about. Potash has come a long way since the first day we met with them to today. And, it's obviously been a great project for Hammond and something we like to highlight a lot. It's one of the highest investment projects we've had in a very long time.
All right, thank you, Mr. Kalon. Moving along, number 9 are bills or claims.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to pay the register of claims for July 15th, 2016 through July 28th, 2016, register of claims. R53685 through R53746.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the register of claims July 15, 2016 through July 28, 2016. Claims R53685, claim R53746. Is there any questions or discussion on the claims? Okay, roll call, please.
Southern Presley,
Yes.
Kuzinsky,
Yes.
Vega,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes. Motion passes, 5 yes. Number 10, new and unfinished business. Okay. Number 11, public comment. Would you like to come forward in 3 minutes? Public comment closed. Before we adjourn, I'd just like to recognize our city engineer, Dean Buttons, in the audience tonight. Thank you for coming out. All right, number 12.
Mr. President, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
A motion and a second, can you all signify by saying aye?
Aye.